Avoid these mistakes. These 10 mistakes I'm going to share if you're applying for scholarship, because they are going to ruin your chances of getting the scholarship you're applying for, or even not going to the next step. I'm going to share this out of experience because I'm currently on a full scholarship. Avoid these 10 mistakes at all, every way possible you can. And I know majority of us are currently applying for PhD, masters or bachelors, and we're looking for scholarship. Please avoid these 10 mistakes. Mistake number 1, applying to only one scholarship. That's the worst mistake you can do, because however much universities they will provide you with scholarship, it's also important that you apply to as many, just to widen your scope. I remember when I was applying for my university, and also for my case, I automatically qualified for scholarship, and I'm going to share some of the things you should avoid so that you get such an opportunity. But I remember I applied to Ford Foundation, I applied to Aga Khan Foundation, so I applied to more than one scholarship. I've seen a lot of people, they just apply to one and they cross their finger. They go back and sit and cross their finger that, it's all done and we are all set. Apply to more than one scholarship. Mistake number 2 is having poor statement of purpose or purpose of statement. I have mentioned in so many of my videos, your statement of purpose should be very powerful in terms of it should be quantitative. It should be things that they can see, they can easily relate, and they can tell your story. Tell your story. And I've shared before, if you want me to proofread your story, your purpose of statement, please send it in good time. I will do that for you. But share your story. In December, I released a video about Manaki scholarship. It is now open. I'll share the link of this scholarship for you to study in New Zealand for free. Free, everything taken care of, from your, hotel, your housing, healthcare, tuition, health insurance, and all that is taken care of. But you can't go to the next step if you make these mistakes I'm sharing. Make sure your statement of purpose is very strongly written, and you can with achievements, clear goals, clear what you want to study, clear why you're doing that, what your plans are when you're done with that scholarship and going back to your country. So if you're interested to study in New Zealand or applying for any scholarship, please, I've listed the link in the description below, so check on it. Mistake number 3 that a lot of people get fall into is missing deadline. I've seen people reading, the deadline is 14th of February. They're like, okay, I'll be good. Or the deadline, like for Manaki, the deadline is 28th February. They'll start working on 27th of February. And only to realize, oh my goodness, their time difference is different from where. So check on the time difference, check on whether it's how many hours difference, and most importantly, never send your documents on the deadline. I'm talking from a professional procrastinator like me. Never send your applications on the deadline date, because things happen. That's when the devils are, they are awake, they are on your case. So always send your application at least 1 or 2 days before the deadline. Check on the deadlines, please. When you start your scholarship application, please check on the deadline. It's very, very important. And as I mentioned, your essays, your all that will determine whether you'll get the scholarship and all, But if you don't submit it on deadline, that's automatic disqualification. So please check on the deadline. Mistake number 4 is having plain recommendation letters. Oh my goodness. People always think that having referees is just, a walk in the park. They can just send whatever they want to send and that's it. Their recommendation is very, very important. Choose wisely who you reach out to write for you the recommendation, because they can destroy your application. Can you send them an email first? Send the people you've identified an email. And don't, when they say 2 people, put in 2 referees, reach out to 4 people. Your professor, the person you're working with, those who admire your work, not those who are envy of your progress. Or maybe your church counselor, or whoever, or your coach if you're in the sports and all that. Let them know of your current achievement. Let them have history of your achievement, and if they don't, please send them an email with a list of your achievements, what you've been doing so far. Because if they just write a plain letter, oh, I know Sheila and all that, oh, by the way, if you're meeting me for the very first time, my name is Sheila Atieno Vandegraaff. I am doing my second year here in the US. Doing my second master's in international development. I'm really loving it. I'm on a full scholarship, so get it from me. Avoid these mistakes. I'm on a full scholarship. I'm also a research assistant. I work 20 hours a week, and I also run a nonprofit back in my country. I'm so excited. If you're meeting me for the first time, please subscribe, like, share, and if you are following this and you've not subscribed, please take a minute and subscribe, actually a second, and click on the subscribe button, and also click on the notification bell, because most of the things I always post are time bound. So it's good if you can subscribe, so that you get notified every time I post any video. So that's for my introduction. So most of the time people people get the wrong referees. Somebody just said, oh, I like Sheila. Sheila is good, and she's a good leader. And I mean, good leader in what? So make sure you're as specific as possible. Please reach out to your the people who are writing your recommendation. I'm emphasizing this. List for them everything. Excuse me, sir, I know you're going to recommend me. I have not updated you on my progress. Please these are the list of the progress things I've been doing over the year. Thank you so much, and thank you and you can send them, and even if they send the 4 of them send and they're all good, I mean, it's for your benefit. So choose wisely who your recommenders are. Choose wisely what they're gonna write, and if they have no information about you, they will write plain recommendation, and plain recommendation will not take you anywhere, my people. Will not take you anywhere. I'm emphasizing on that. The 4th one is poor preparation during interview. I remember when I was being interviewed for my scholarship. The interview was late in the night because of the time difference. I'm in Kenya, I'm being interviewed from the US. We have a 9 hours difference, and US also has different time zones. So check on that as you're checking on your timelines. US has different time zones. And so I was being interviewed from Mountain Time, and I'm on GMT, so it was like, so I was interviewed late in the night. That day I didn't go to sleep. I think it was 3 a.m. or something like that. I have to figure out. And I had to prepare, like I was literally prepared on like how to respond. When you respond to question, give scenarios, give examples, if it's a product, go with them, show it. I'm running an organization, these are some of the photos, these are some of the things, these are some of the impact. If you have certificates, show it, so that they can relate with your progress, they can relate with your achievements. Don't just go there and you're feeling sleepy. I know they knew that it was 3 a.m. so the professor who interviewed me was just awesome. Like, he understood my situation, and we talked, and apparently he had done research in Africa, especially in Kenya, and we talked about his research work and all that. And before that, read a lot about the institution, read a lot about your course, read a lot about your impact, go through your applications, what you stated in your application. It will go a long way in your interview. So my interview was awesome. Be well prepared. State as much as you can, and be as simple as you can. Give numbers of impact, give success stories, and be as calm. Always maintain a smile. I'm always smiling. Do you like my smile? I'm always smiling, so probably that worked out for me. I'm glad. Tip number 6 is proofread. Forgetting to proofread, that's a big mistake. Don't ever submit your application unless somebody has proofread your work, because your mind will always lie to you. Oh, this is perfect. When you do it, because your mind is tired and it wants you just to submit it and all that. Always give it somebody to proofread, so that they can check on spelling errors, they can check on grammatical error, they can check on English is not our first language. In most of the people, English is never our first language. For those who their English is their first language, you're so lucky, as we have to think from our mother tongue and translate to the nearest foreign language, to the nearest, then before we reach English, you know, English is gone. So in a nutshell, just have somebody proofread your work, because if you do not, there are those silly mistakes that just will make your application be denied. On a serious note, have it proofread. The seventh that people do either knowingly or unknowingly is sending incomplete application. Don't do that. That's a big mistake. You always have to go through your application, check everything from A to Z. Don't skip Y, don't skip, you know, probably in the process of application you forgot to fill in something. If you can have somebody just check your documents before you submit, check your application before you submit, it will be really nice. If you by any chance leave any application incomplete, that might as well disqualify you. So make sure you send a very, a complete application. Please don't be on a rush and just do shoddy work. Please make sure that you have everything in place, that you're not disqualified. Following on that, stop procrastinating. I think I touched on it. That's mistake number 8. Don't procrastinate, because when you procrastinate, that's when you'll send an incomplete document, that's when you'll send poor statement and all that. Please do your work in good time. I'm telling you from a very professional, somebody who is professional at procrastination. I would send in documents a day too, or hours too. I learned my lesson the hard way. It's not a good lesson. Don't procrastinate, because if you procrastinate, you will not have a time to give it to somebody to review. And especially if you give it to somebody to review, remember, people are busy. If you send me your document a week to, or you have to send it in good time. If you send me some few hours or some few days and all that, and you want me to read, I will not, because people have tight schedules. People have things they want to work on. Please don't procrastinate. And when you do it in good time, it's easy for people to make corrections, adjust, make changes and all that. Number 9 is not following the directions on the application. As I mentioned, I did a video on my Anaki scholarship to study in New Zealand. I've done another one on studying in Canada for free. I've done another one in UK for free. I've done videos on scholarships and all that. If you don't check on the description and direction on the scholarship or of the scholarship, you're doing your own thing. It will lead you to automatic disqualification, because the directions are not suggestions. They are not suggesting do this or not. It is a requirement. So please check on those requirements. Follow them to the letter. Don't play around with, even if I don't do this, it matters in your application. So please read through the directions, what they want you to do. Follow it to the very, in fact, if you don't understand anything, email them early in good time, like tell them, I'm really interested in applying for this scholarship that I know has opened up. Like right now, that scholarship is open, that has opened up. Please tell me, what are the tricks? What are the tips? You can just go crazy. They start getting to know you if you're a crazy person, they can give you advice on how to go about it. They will share with you any information that you require. So please follow the instructions to the letter. If you don't understand anything, reach out to the admission. I've told you that. Number 10, which is very, very important. Do not reuse essays. Same as do not reuse problem statement or personal statement and all that. Of that, please do not reuse them. I know when you're applying for various scholarships, they tend to be almost similar. So you know their essays tend to be similar. You read from one scholarship, maybe you're applying to which are the common scholarships? Ford Foundation, or now all the scholarships are disappearing. Oh, Manaki for scholarship, the one that I just posted. And you know, so you read through that and you see, oh, the essay, as I mentioned, apply to as many scholarships. Then you see there is a relationship between one essay to the other. Please do not copy paste the essay, because you'll realize either you shall have lifted the name of Ford Foundation you take to Manaki scholarship, or you should have just answered a completely different essay, or you know, the things can happen in the process that might make your application disqualified. So please be keen on how you are applying for, how you're writing your essays. Do not reuse your essays. That's what I'm trying to emphasize on. Please guys, do not reuse your essays. So those are my 10 things you need to avoid for you to get scholarship. I know with this it will minimize the mistakes, it will minimize all those disqualification, and it will make your chances stand higher in the choices of being offered the scholarship. I'm telling you out of the experience, and I really love when people reach out to me and tell me, oh, Sheila, I've been admitted and they've also given me scholarship. I'm looking for that news. So please comment, share with me some of the mistakes that I didn't include. Maybe I left out one thing, or some of the mistakes some of the things I've listed but you don't agree with it. I mean, come with your essay and come with your reasons. I am ready for that. Anyway, some of the things that will contribute toward the channel and anyone who's watching this. And please tell me where you're watching me from. I always get excited when people tell me I'm watching you from this, I'm watching from that, because when you speak to the camera and you don't know how many people you're impacting. So I really love that you like, you subscribe, you comment, you share my content, and it makes my work really nice. I'm really happy that I'm able to impact many lives. Thank you guys for being with me. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing. And I hope we can interact more. I'll come back with more opportunities on how to apply, best things to do, or take you through different scholarship. If you're interested about that, please comment. Anything you want me to touch on, please comment. It is through your comments that I get things to talk about and to share and to help as many people. Love you guys. Thank you, and be blessed. All the best, and be blessed. Thank you guys.